being good. So like being a good person isn't like making a bunch of money and then tweeting about how you're donating some of it to charity. Being a good person is just like being kind in your day-to-day interactions. Like I don't give a fuck if you're the greatest philanthropist the world's ever seen. If you treat the woman at the checkout counter at your supermarket like garbage, you're just a fucking asshole. Like you are who you are when no one's watching. You know what I mean? Like if you only yeah, that's it. Let's get into the game.
I feel it. Final time, baby.
Yep. I like this first ban. Brewmaster, get that shit out of here. It is real hard to beat OG. I think what we're gonna need to see in this game, we're gonna want to see Cancel Stack have just like some good concepts and easy to understand win conditions, and they want to make sure they're not in a position where OG has a draft that if they win one fight, they win. And that's what Brew gives you, and it's super hard to play into their Brew because they have two players that can play it. I think it's S4's like best hero, tied with Puck and Bat.
10 seconds
All right,
remaining.
I believe the finals is best of 3.
5 seconds remaining.
Yes, I think it is.
Because I found the China ones and they were best of 3. So
Way to go, Cap. Way to do your research.
thanks. I excel at doing the bare minimum.
Yep.
I
Like
know
any
what's
true
I know what's happening in the game.
OG's turn to ban.
And we're gonna have a Naga Siren. What? Naga Siren banning? I thought they would leave it out. I thought maybe they would actually try and contest OG's Naga Siren, pick it up themselves.
Nah, you can't, man. It's such a scary hero when it can be played as core and support, and it's another one of those heroes that's like super powerful in the hands of OG because they can open with it, give nothing away, and it's so hard to team fight into it. And it's also one of the best counters to Lycan. But obviously Lycan was banned first, but even so, I think you can still get rid of Naga.
Music.
I expect to see OG respond with Rasta, kind of regardless of what gets picked here. It's one of their favorite heroes, and
Why
OG
wouldn't you first pick Rasta?
OG's
they're not first
For
pick.
no, for Cancel's team.
No, I like the Tusk actually. In my opinion, it's too exploitable because the hero is like a really easy to understand concept, and if you don't give Rasta this like 2v1 situation where he's just zoning your offlaner really hard, I feel like you exploit him. And he hits really hard, he's a great zoner, but he's only a good laner if he's like in an advantage. Like if you just tri-lane into a tri-lane, like you can't do anything.
So what
Rasta.
changes? Like what changes second pick then? Like how does this other hero that you get to pick protect the Shadow Shaman pick from being exploited like that? From aggro tri-lanes and stuff like that.
It doesn't really. It's more like, honestly, people do first pick Rasta. I just personally prefer to ban it because I don't like to do it. And obviously other teams do. And it just... OG doesn't like to play games without this method of like turning advantage into towers. And Rasta, especially with Shen banned, is one of the best heroes at doing that. And you'll be able to see them... Because I would argue they have one of the highest smoke success rates. And if you have a successful smoke and you have a Rasta, you're gonna get the tower too. Whereas if you don't have this tower pressure, you don't really get anything out of it. There's the Sand yeah. Sand I like, especially into the Tusk. There's the Enigma. I hope he looks... Actually, Crimson Guard doesn't affect wards, by the way. Neither does Vanguard. So it's not actually a counter to the wards. But I like Sand a lot against Tusk because you can actually stun the snowball if you time it properly, because it pops on you and then they're stunned, and in addition you can stun out of the ice shard. So it's, in my opinion, the best hero to play against Tusk, and I like it as an opener. If I were Cancel Stack, I probably would have gone for a Rubik. We personally try not to pick Sand King into Rubik for obvious reasons. Your entire damage output is magical. He has a magic shield, and he can steal your stun, of course. They go for the Enigma, which is sort of a deny pick as well, but I'm really scared if I'm Cancel Stack, because OG is not the sort of team to pick Enigma all the time and then not know how to beat it. So,
how do you beat it? Like, is it really important for you to have disables that go through stuns, or can you just pressure like the early game? Because it's a fairly slow offlaner, right? It's like a Darkseer in its low impact early.
Radiant team
You beat it with
OGs
essentially like
turn
you
to
build
battle.
the obviously the BKB cancel is really nice, but my big 3 heroes are probably Medusa, Sniper, and Clinks, and they're all kind of the same hero. They attack from really far away. They're very good at D pushing, and you just kind of kill him the entire game very easily. You also like don't in Clinks and Sniper's
10
case, you
seconds
kill him, and it's really hard for Enigma to get on top of you, and then Medusa just doesn't care about your
5
damage.
seconds
Plus, your
remaining.
ultimate will almost always interrupt his ultimate.
I like those ideas, especially the fact that
Radiant team
the
OGs
Midnight
turn
Pulse
to
versus
pick.
Dusa. Feels like Dusa's got to be like one of the best core counters against the Enigma.
Yeah.
What about like a Beastmaster type hero? Of their offlaners, not a whole lot of them that give you stun through BKB here.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think that they don't probably. I wouldn't want to pick it now, but I feel like OG is going to be
5
looking at
seconds
Bat or
remaining.
Puck with this pick. I'd probably just say I think they're just going to pick Puck. Another good hero against Enigma. It could be mid, could be off lane. There's a lot of things they can do with it, but they like to take S4's hero third, and a lot of the times it could be No Tail's hero, but most of the time it's just S4 hero here.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, Doom
Oh.
instead.
A nice Enigma counter, obviously. You doom him, you take him out of the game, and you want to force Enigma to buy a Lincoln's because you really don't want to. You want to just have BKB and then you're in the fights. But Doom's also a great hero
10
just against
seconds
Enigma Tusk
remaining.
because their damage output is pretty static throughout the game, and you're gonna have tons of
5
regen
seconds
and
remaining.
it's just a good hero. It's open too. Like they pick Doom. What do you do now, Cap? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a hero that you know that you can shut down with your supports. You're still going to be
also
pretty
a
effective
hero-
in team fights.
Yep, they also haven't
turn
picked
to
it in any of their last few games. Excellent pick. Good AA there. I like that. It's the counter to Doom in my eyes. You remove that regen. It also enables the Tusk because Tusk AA just kills somebody. The concern I have is just you don't match up too well against the
10
supports.
seconds remaining.
And they still don't have any real way to kill these wards. So I expect
5
they'll
seconds
last pick their
remaining.
2 cores, and we'll just see what happens.
Hey, homies.
What's up, Blitz?
What are we doing?
Watching
Haskins and Dotes?
OG finals against Cancel. Against your
Oh, is
boy
this-
Bambo.
Bambo, the Zephyr legend himself.
Yeah, dude. They're one best of 3 away.
Bambo versus Rezo. Who do I root for?
I think
What?
OG is gonna pick like some Shadow Fiend here. We'll see. They might pick like a Jug here, though. Jug is quite nice as well. It kind of activates the Rasta in lane, and it's good synergy. It also just kind of ignores these 3 heroes' damage, with the exception, of course, like Enigma ult.
Yeah, you said you liked it against Enigma laning phase last time.
You go Medusa
But
instead.
there's
I like the
Medusa.
Medusa too. Yeah. If cancel stack, I probably immediately respond with PL. But I think Sniper is actually like an insane pick right now. If they're willing to also pick like some run-in hero for Charlie, but I think Sniper is the way to
10
go.
seconds remaining.
I like the Dusa. I would have wanted to maybe save it for last pick,
5
but
seconds
in truth, it's
remaining.
just too good against these 3 heroes. Like you sort of kill the Sigil for free, you hard counter Enigma, and the AA ult like doesn't do anything to Medusa because he's not really a health regen hero. He's a I have a ton of mana and I don't die hero. So it's the same concept. Like he's not really a regen based hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just strong here, and it leaves them the ability to put that hero mid or safe, and they can last pick a mid or safe. So it's easy for them to guarantee good lane matchups, which is really important when you have a Rasta. But I feel like you have to Sniper here, in my eyes. But Sniper or PL, I don't think there's any other choices.
Pretty hard to when you have the superior 2-lane matchup. Usually you got to offset that by some pretty good roaming from your supports, but Dusa is just one of those heroes you can't really roam into as a Tusk.
Yep. You can kill him in the early game if you have like a Sniper. That's like the go-to I'm killing Medusa combo. I love Sniper Tusk.
Yeah, Shard and
Snowball,
Shrapnel.
Yeah, because the Shrapnel makes it impossible to miss shards, and then they're just in Shrapnel for at least like 5 ticks, and they just die. Excuse me. And that's what's also like real cool about OG is just this Doom third is just nice. I'm sure like it makes the AA look appealing, but now there's a Medusa, and you're really sad as the supports of Cancel Stack. And there was not a, but did they even pick Medusa? OG didn't even pick Medusa in any of their games. Again, like the Doom Medusa is something that they haven't revealed in the last 2 months. So Tinker's solid too. I like that pick. I like Tinker a lot. You need this like ranged pressure hero that has kill potential on the Medusa early game, and you need some method of like keeping him away from you, if that makes sense. So the Aether Lens Tinker, you spam laser. Medusa doesn't really want to buy MKB or Manta, and then you abuse this Enigma, his Eidolons you can TP to. I think they really want. I'm not sure how they finish their draft here. If they're if I'm MansNotHot, it's a.
Do you still need the run-in hero for you?
I think you do. I think you do.
I mean, you don't have any frontline heroes for you whatsoever.
Yeah, they need something that like makes space for this Tinker, because otherwise the Doom is gonna just run at him. The Sand King will run at him, and they have no way of really killing the roster right now. They banned the PL, which was obviously is a standard hero here. You could go CK, but you don't really want to pick it because there's a Dusa in the game. It's really difficult here.
Well, Dusa isn't like the be-all, end-all counter of Chaos Knight, right? You can still play around it.
5 seconds remaining.
Sorry, I'm back. I don't know if you asked the question. I wasn't there for a moment.
I was saying that Dusa isn't like the be-all, end-all counter of CK, right? Like you can still play around it as the Chaos Knight.
Yeah, you can play around it. You just really don't want to because Gyrocopter. I'm cool with that. I like the Gyro. Really kind of grim against Doom, but it's what they needed, and it also helps to have a hero that farms Ancients against the Medusa. So this way you can at least threaten his stacks. But the problem is a good Medusa against CK will buy an Ags, and then you cannot play around it because the snake kills your illusions immediately.
It's still not the tankiest hero, but it's going to build stats and be aggressive, right? So.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
That is a fantastic pick. I would say Zeus is a hard counter to Enigma and Gyro and AA,
Tinker.
And it's certainly good against Tinker because now you ult and you have found the Tinker.
Oh, the Ags too. With the Thunderbolt, you just drop it on him in the trees. He can't actually do a whole lot about that. The Thunderbolt's increased stun duration. I'm not even sure. Like I think you have to get like a level 3 rearm to be able to have enough time.
Yep. And this is like an example. Like if you look at OG's draft, let's say you could go back in time, right? What hero do you want against this? It's so balanced. They cover a lot of their own weaknesses, and it just makes sense. You have sustained and burst physical magical damage. You have a frontliner. You can take Ancients. You have tons of pressure. You have plenty of catch. You have global mobility. Like you have wave clear. Like what are you missing in this? And what hero would you pick to quote unquote counter this lineup?
So you got to put the Zeus against the Tinker, right? Dusa against the Enigma, the bouncing snake on Eidolons.
Yep. And S4 is going to run around in a circle, and the supports will probably kill him a couple times, and it won't matter. But I think the key here is going to be this Tinker. Tinker needs to have an incredible game. Gyrocopter needs a very fast BKB, but also like a Lincoln's. It's just a rough game, man. They have to deal with a lot of heroes right now.
So you think OG they use that second pick, just secured themselves like a really big draft advantage?
Yeah, I think, and again, like my concern is if I'm Cancel Stack, like you got to switch up your lanes, but the problem is they're so predictable because Cancel's always mid, Bambo's always off lane, and it gives a team like OG with all the experience in the world a really easy read. So if I'm Cancel Stack, my Tinker's going safe lane. Your Enigma is mid against the Zeus. Excuse me. Or you're just like aggro, you're tri-laning mid or you're tri-laning off lane. But you do not want Enigma against Dusa, ever. They'll just get extra farm, completely free farm, and the supports of OG are going to be free to do whatever they want. Like Enigma dies top to a Shackle, and the Sand King can help Doom. And there's no real way for AA Tusk to kill Sand King, so they're going to just do these annoying creep mechanics. They're going to pull. They're going to keep 3 heroes bottom. That means Zeus will have an easy lane middle. They'll just trade against Tinker, whereas Medusa's free farming. So they're going to end up trading in 2 lanes and really losing in one of them. And that's just not good. Not good. They even get this ward up. Really nice ward that they place without being seen.
Jarek's going to go for it. See if he can snipe their bounty rune if they invade. It's not going to be the case here, so he can instead just go for the creep pull.
He's going for the creep pull. Screw the bounty rune, man. This creep pull is so worth.
Yeah. Bounty runes are certainly not worth hardly any investment. See mids all the time, give up on their lane. Jarek's a little bit cautious here on that first wave. Is going to go for the pull on the second wave, knowing that the supports are probably going to protect it initially.
Yep. It was a smart decision.
Everyone gets lazy. Like, no supports wants to be running back and forth protecting each creep wave.
Yep. S4 just has to not die. They go rocket first. Oh, why do you have cold feet? Don't have cold feet. Oh, I guess it's fine.
It'll work with the ice shards.
It works. I would have given the first blood to my gyro, but the death secures the wave.
And come with me, can get boots. Yeah. Seems like the big part of offlane right now. Not caring if you die.
Yep, that was kind of a freebie, but it's also like an impossible lane to live against. I like what Radiant side's doing here, though. They're going to pull away the creep camp and farm behind the tower, so he'll actually be able to deny at least 1 full wave. Mid is actually getting pretty wrecked by No-Tail, ahead in both CS and the damage dealt, but he also has used, he's out of mana too, so somewhat.
Akeem, he's in trouble. He's going to have to go for an Ancient tonight. Oh, wow. Those Ancients did a lot of damage. I'm so surprised they one-shot him. And Sexy Bow just playing jungle, since it's a Shadow Shaman Medusa lane. That doesn't sound like the most fun thing in the world.
Nope. It's really hard to play this. And he's susceptible to being dove. I expect nighttime, maybe first catapult. You're going to see a dive top. They're going to kill Enigma and push the tower. Cass is rushing Soul Ring mid. I like that. Tons of, you just want regen against this lane. You don't want like a bottle. You just want to have tons and tons of regen. So Soul Ring Wand gives you a lot of that.
Yeah. Eventually, the Zoo's going to run out of mana to spam the Arc Lightning. The laser starts getting more effective.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's no good.
No cancel. That's really grim.
He's going to get ganked too. This could end up even worse for him. No-Tail's got his bottle. He go lead with the illusion. See if he can take up the tower. He even throws the illusion onto the tower to make sure it takes the aggro. Cancel. Oh, they missed the lightning bolt. Jarek's good play does get up on the high ground with that burrow strike, but they'll miss out on the kill on cancel.
Why, thank you.
That was pretty unfortunate.
It's a big survive.
Radiant's top tower is under
They
attack.
used the double TP on the supports though, so as you can see, Gyro's like under tower. S4 is gonna pull 2 creep waves. He's level 3. This is real spooky. And even though Doom died once,
he is versus a gyrocopter with the missile. Unfortunately, they didn't still hold the shards, or else they could have gotten a really good body block.
Yep. You can't really deal with this Doom anymore though, is the problem. I mean, up top, Bambo already has Arcane, so he's doing quite well, but game's pretty even. Can go either way. I just feel like OG has far easier win conditions here. They literally just kill the Tinker, and that's it.
And they're going to do it right now. Jarex gets another wraparound behind the tower.
This is the right lane to pressure. This is the second time he's come here, and that's their move. You know, Tinker is the one that'll actually slow this game down, and he's the really all the damage output. Because while Gyro, you know, that 9 flak talent is really good, they have no actual burst. Like, they can't make this Gyro any better. Ogre Gyro, Io Gyro, these are all very nice, but if you just have a Gyrocopter, like, that's not enough damage.
Yeah.
This Doom will buy a Crimson Guard, and if they kill the Tinker, there is no more damage. Hey, it's nighttime. Let's dive top. 4 heroes.
Especially the haste rune on No-Tail. Check one spot. 60 Bamboo actually went up north. No-Tail finds him now. Burrow Strike. No TP's in. Not really. Come with me. He's actually trying to get fly, but he's going to be held up by the shackles and maybe in trouble here with the lightning bolt slowing him down a little bit more. Come with me. We'll be okay for now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep, good move. You can't really prevent it. Now they just push top. Everybody salves. Lots of regen on OG. Then never wants to need to heal.
Oh, Akeem could get a pretty good ice shards if he wants to, at least on fly, but doesn't go for it.
Problem is, like, who does this AA Tusk play with, you know? Like, Tinker, you can't really kill Zeus. He's playing too defensively. Bottom lane, there's a Doom. You can kill him, but he'll just come back. Top lane, like, you're playing with an Enigma. It just feels bad.
Is under attack.
Cancel's also going the March build, so he's going to be farming and not as able to make space. Like, he won't be able to kill anybody for a while.
Right.
So they need to defend their towers. The key to playing with or against Tinker is towers. If you can keep your towers alive and Tinker has, like, blink bots, you're in a really good position. But if they lose a couple tier 1s, which I expect them to once this Rasta hits 6, probably around that 10-minute mark, it's going to be more difficult for them. They might find this Tusk.
Dire's bottom tower is
Gonna be
under
chainsaw. Oh, no, fly. Gets a little greedy. Goes for the lightning before the shackles as a result. Even with that messed
The
up
lightning was
shards.
fine. He went for an attack as well.
Yeah.
I think he still might get that kill, but that's just OG discipline. Like, they don't want to overextend and potentially die. They just want to get in there, get some information, and if you can see, like, Medusa's still free farming, Zeus still farming middle, you know, no big deal.
It's working.
Ancient Apparition. I'm not sure what Come With Me is gonna be able to accomplish here anywhere in the laning phase. He's up top. I don't really know what he does up here, but he's there.
Yep. My concern was right. Both of OG's supports are going to have large impact in this game. And AA Tusk, if they don't, you know, kind of dumpster this early game laning phase, they both fall off really hard. Zeus is pretty much a better and easier to execute Tinker, and Medusa's the same with Gyro. You know what I mean? It's just easier for them to play this game. So they also have this way to naturally pressure towers, whereas Bambo Cancel Stack, they have just this Enigma Eidolons or raw auto attacks on towers. And Doom is one of the hardest heroes to dive.
Jerix. I'm not sure if he got spotted there, but he actually did a sneaky little maneuver blocking that attempted stack on the hard camp. Oh, Doom gonna go down bottom lane. Good shard block to make sure that S4 can't fully pursue, and he's gonna be chased away now with Come With Me there. But in the mid lane, Cancel. It's already taken a decent amount of damage, and now Jerix is about ready to pop out. But actually holds. I thought would have been a guaranteed kill for them.
This is one of my favorite wards, by the way. You see OG, top lane. Great ward in this game. Like, Medusa can play so aggressively and just continue to hit this tower, and Enigma is just like forced to sit here and farm less than Medusa.
Wait, what top lane ward?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, behind the tier 2. I didn't see it on the minimap.
They have another really good one. They're just watching over Cancel's woods. It's really nice. As soon as you see he goes March build, you just put wards in this jungle, and he's going to fall off. Still ahead of the Zeus, of course, but that's kind of a given based on the way this game's played. Gyro bottom, he's dead.
Good combo.
Yep.
Jerix with the haster and is actually still searching for Akeem. They stick together, though. Good discipline there from the Cancel stack, not splitting up at all.
The thing is, I don't think S4 gives a shit. He wants to die. That's his job in this game. Can't make space for his Zeus, make space for his Medusa. Zeus ult's coming up real soon, and now he can just run bottom and threaten a kill on this gyrocopter, just by the nature of having Zeus ult, and of course SK being off map, but he might show himself on the ward right now.
So at what point do you move the gyrocopter out of this lane and start going the Deuce's lane?
It's hard, man. You don't really want to play into Deuce, but you have to. I think it's more about killing towers, but they don't have this way to do that. Quick note, this ward, they just countered it. It was right here. Never place the ward in range of this sentry, because people will always place it here to get this hill and this hill. So if you place it in range of that sentry, it's just going to die anyway. You're not fancy. In the words of Grant, like, nice try, kid.
Jerix. Spotted out here. Looks like they're going to move Charlie out of lane. Indeed, just
Oh,
not where
got
you
him.
expected. All right, well, cool. Neutral.
And in the meantime, they're farming everywhere. They do not care. Rezo's almost about finished with his Mask of Madness. Let's check the status of these Ancients. Wow, triple over here. Triple soon to come in this bottom stack. Well, let's check out the Radiant Ancients. We got Uno, Uno. Oof.
It's pretty rough considering the supports on Cancel side really didn't have as much to do. You know, you expect the more active, like, Sand King lineup to not have the time to be able to stack.
Yep. Not to mention, they put so much emphasis into, like, playing against this Doom. He's got 2 deaths, sure, but he's level 8. That's insane. He is so strong. And every time they kill him, they're burning through effectively, like, near 2,000 HP, because he's got this Unholy Aura, and he's got the Scorched Earth. Like, what do? We just saw Gyro for a hard camp. Jesus.
Yeah, not
Don't
a really,
don't do that. Don't do that.
not a very stacked one at that.
No. Now they're saying there's probably a tome on the way. As soon as Rasta gets it. Nope. Looks like Rezo used the courier. Of course. Rasta doesn't get his tome. It's all the way in base. Thanks, Rezo.
Gotta get that Mask of Madness, man.
Yep. Look at Fly though. He doesn't care. He's just gonna say, "Well, I wanted to push bot tower, but instead I'm gonna stack Ancients." Good decision. No-Tail continuing to farm mid, just rushing Aether Lens. I like that. Like, they have no real catch for this Zeus right now. It's pretty much just Tusk, and he's sitting at Boots and a Windlace. So that's gonna be real tough. And all OG really has to do is defend their objectives, continue to farm. Eventually, Rezo will take Ancients, and then they will just force towers down with this Rasta. It looks like Tome is not on the way. He bought a Smoke and a Ward instead. God damn, Fly. Team player.
That's some serious self-sacrifice.
I like S4 has saved 3 skill points at the moment. I really like that. You're not using fire, no reason to level it just yet. And you might be in a position where Max E will land you a kill.
I have seen a lot of Max Scorched Earth, or excuse me, Inferno Blade builds on Doom lately. Just like 2 levels for Scorched Earth for the laning phase, and then straight to your kill power.
It's the Inflame build. I like it a lot as well. And also another nice ward that's very rarely countered, placed by OG. So they see the Enigma. They're going to run up and say hello. There's the Max E on the Doom. He's not even going to waste his Doom. Oh, he will use his Doom. And they're going to TP in anyway. Bad. Please cancel. They didn't cancel.
Oh, Jarek's just throwing out the Burrow Strike out of nowhere. They are going to be able to get the ultimate out from the Gyrocopter. Doesn't really do anything. They can quickly turn on him if they want to. As the Shackle's there, Jarek's has a stun up and a Burrow Strike with 1 more second. He's able to kill him. No-Tail in the back lines. Deep, 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 deep. Still trying to kill Sexy Bamboo. You thought the Gyrocopter was getting in a little bit too deep. No-Tail really shows you how it's done, apparently.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's a great fight. I don't think they want the Gyro to TP like that. You want to let them commit to the dive. Gyro, they had the Tinker coming in with the bots. But it works out. They get the Zeus, which is a really big kill. No-Tail spent his money before dying, though, so he lost nothing. But the thing is, like, Dusa just farmed 1 Ancient stack. Now he's going to the other. And look at that net worth, man. That is so scary. It's spooky.
Deuce is getting out of control. The dire side Deuce triangle, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing beats it.
It just makes you sad watching, you know? And now Fly is going to be like, yo, what's up? I'm 6. I got my Arcanes. Let me get some of this XP real quick.
Another smoke like that, they actually get a successful pickoff. Start threatening towers pretty quickly. An Epicenter up at top lane. Charlie's pretty fast, though. Will get out of range relatively quickly.
I will say, I believe that if this game is even around like the 40-minute mark, that's where the Tinker, it all comes down to this Tinker. If Tinker has like this dream game and just outplays OG, baits the Zeus ult, doesn't get doomed, and gets his spam lasers off, like the Deuce's damage output will be non-existent, and maybe that'll help. We'll see.
Cancels here, making sure Bamboo doesn't get dove.
They need some towers. In the meantime, bottom's being pressured. Rasta might find him here and just drop wards. Nope, they drop 1 tower. There's the problem with Tinker though. You don't actually stop Rosta's push for the most part. A ult flying bot as well.
Radiant's bottom tower
Whisk.
is under attack.
We slow it down. That's nice.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Midas blink on Bambo also. Lots of ways to cancel this blink, but it's fine. As we said, like they need that catch, you know what I mean? And if he gets a blink BKB, just jumps the Zeus, he will die, which is what they need.
Is that their whole entire idea behind these team fights? Is like you just gotta catch the Zeus as much as possible, kind of ignore Dusa if necessary, just deal with the other heroes.
That's what you have to do, yeah. You can just blind him, you sigil him, but you need to kill this Zeus. And Zeus does the most damage in Dota 2.
Oh, nice
just
catch.
ahead of Tinker on average, so yeah, you gotta kill the Zeus.
Great pickoff
Sand
on
King.
Jerix the Sand King.
Yeah, that was huge. That gives them the tower. They really need that as well. And in the meantime, Cancel's just shoving lanes. The only concern I have is this Dusa. And if it were some other player, I'd be like, maybe... I'm just always afraid when Rezo's on this game-winning hero. I feel like he's one of, if not the best carry in the world. He almost always makes proper item decisions. He's going to go Pike. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a Linken's, but I expect he'll end up with like Manta and an MKB timing at a point. And I think he'll be... He doesn't make bad decisions. That's why Rezo's so damn good. He's a talented player, but his item decisions are always on point. And when you're in a position like this, nearly 4,000 gold ahead of the game, you need to make those decisions because he is his team right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trading tower for tower, Resolution just keeps on marching forward. That is one of the hard things about Tinker is that he cannot really push back the Dusa as well as he'd be able to push back a lot of these other cores.
Yep. He needs more items. They really need one fight to just sort of slow the game down because OG's play, they need mid tower, they need Roche, and then they can go collect tier 2s. And they need to try and slow that down.
Scouting ultimate from No Tail reveals there are 5 heroes, all pretty much hold up around mid. Maybe they hope to just be able to quickly 5-man down this mid lane, but it's going to be tough. Pushing into a Zeus with the Dusa standing in front. Certainly not going to be the easiest tower.
In the meantime, Jerix just farming top. He's very close to Blink. It's going to be a big item. Helps to find the Tinker. That's really what you kill Tinker with. You know, it's this... What the hell? Charlie dropped an item? I hope he dropped an item and it wasn't just deleted from the server. Because he went from like 6,000 net worth. Must be because it's on Courier or something. That's really weird. The advantage went from 2 to 4k all of a sudden. But yeah, they
got his
Zeus ult.
Yasha.
They Zeus ult, they find the Tinker, they stun him, and then eventually Zeus like drops Ags on him. And then the Tinker dies. And it's really just a game of who kills the enemy's mid spellcaster first. I just feel like it's way more difficult to get past the Medusa Doom than it is Gyro Enigma. So a lot of this game is going to be on Bambo, getting off a big ultimate.
There's certainly some very well-established frontliners for OG, and Gyrocopter is not nearly far enough ahead to say that he can be that for you, right? He's got to get his BKB before he even comes close to that.
If no one on Radiant really wants to go in first. No one wants to get zoomed, and that's always annoying to play against. Oh, nice. That's a big kill. They get the Jerix kill before he buys the Blink. Very nice.
Great setup by
And that
Akeem.
was a smoke
He's done a great job on these 4
Yeah, he really
positions.
has. I feel like if someone has to buy a pipe on cancel stack as well, but no one really wants to. That's like the dream game for Zeus if there's no
Radiant
pipe buyers.
scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Time to put that 90 GPM talent on Tusk to use.
Yep. Going Scotty on the Dusa. I think he just probably goes Scotty MKB. He might get a BKB at some point, but I know for a fact he'll have MKB eventually. It's just a question of when they're trying to fight. And Scotty's just such an insane item on Dusa. You get so much EHP from the item.
So you were talking about Manta, I'm presuming in a large part to deal with the laser. Why do you think he went for the Scotty instead?
Manta's a bad item, honestly. It's just not good on Medusa because of the way your hero functions. So he can still get it, but I think he's so far ahead, he's like, I'm just going to continue to scale, and we'll just wait for my MKB to like win the game anyway, and he can then skip the Manta. So he might get it anyway, but the Scotty just helps you accelerate, and it makes you just more difficult to take down. And I really think that OG will win if they just have the Medusa Doom run in, they utilize, like they tank the flak, they tank Tinker's mana pool, and then, you know, they'll just win the fight. But they get a nice kill on Doom down bottom.
Goodness gracious, what was he doing down there?
He's doing his job, man. He's the designated feeder. That's what he does. He's a little aggressive, but the thing is, he trades his life, and they now defend the tower. In the meantime, yeah, okay, I mean, I guess he could live there.
I was about to say, they also defended the top tower for cancel stack against the ward push, so not even like they got something major on the other side of the map for it.
Yeah. No-Tail's gonna get a ward. Another benefit of Zeus. You get to D-ward for free. I like his choices of Force Staff as well, because the only real lockdown for him is this Tusk, or maybe an Enigma Stun, and if he just forces away, he will probably live, and he understands, I just need to cast my spells and stay alive, and I will win my team the game.
Nobody likes playing Tusk if the enemy team has Force Staffs before you have Blink. Like, it snowballs your initiation and they could just get farther away from you. It makes you pretty sad. Tusk gonna end up dying here to the combination of Fly and No-Tail. They're actually gonna throw out another scouting ultimate here just to make sure. Gyrocopter was in the jungle, so they're feeling a little spooked where he could be. And Jarex is currently trying to set up, see if he can pick off the Tinker with his fresh Blink Dagger.
Aether Lens on cancel finished. Scotty soon to be finished on Medusa. Another thing I love about watching No-Tail play Zeus, a lot of players don't do this, but he always spams his bolts, even when farming, on good places to check for vision. He's found 2 wards so far, and I'm sure he'll find more before the game ends. Now Medusa just kind of shows mid. He's going to start pushing because the Tinker showed top. There's a Doom on the Gyro, and he's dead. And the tower's in the down. And this is typical OG. Small window, they capitalize, they get a kill on a core, they're killing a tower, and, you know, just increases their lead.
6-6, 2k gold lead for a Medusa lineup, made even better by that tower kill. But the real difference is that Sardusa is a 4,000 gold lead over the Tinker, almost 5,000.
Yep. OG just has an easier draft to execute, like, and they played it better. Like, I have yet to see an ancient stack for this Gyro, and they find the Tinker bot. There's the Epi, buy cancel.
Tries to get the kill on No-Tail in return. Lacking damage, and this game just very rapidly going from bad to worse for cancels.
Yep. 800 mana talent, picked up on the Medusa. He's got Scotty complete. Next play with wards is going to be Roche. They get Roche. They go push tier 2s. They finish probably like MKB plus 1 item. Probably like just MKB Butterfly. And you go win game. Oh, he's going BKB. I like that too. Yeah, you go BKB or MKB. This to me says they're going to get Aegis, they're going to get Medusa BKB, and they're going to go try to end. Although they also don't really need him to scale much more. Like, they're so ahead at this point, they don't even need Aegis. Like, they can just march down towers. And as long as they get the initiation, which is very easy, as they have the natural frontliners and Zeus providing vision, and there's no way to really get vision on this Radiant side with the exception of the Sigil and spamming AA ults.
Yeah, when you're this far ahead, right? Like, just more time in the game, it's just more time for Tinker to make a comeback.
Yep.
Deuce has pretty much already reached one of his biggest peaks.
BKB finished on Enigma. OG makes the very wise decision to just back away. They can only lose the game on that fight. They don't need it. If they're going to fight, they want to do it on their terms. Medusa can still scale. He can still get level 25. There's a lot of things that he can do.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
What is it about the offlane towers? Why is the offlane tier 1 and tier 2 just like always the last to fall in every single game? Like, even mid towers, tier 1 and tier 2 will sometimes go down before the offlane tier 1.
I thought it was. You mean the safe lane like off the super for Dire? Do you mean this like bottom area of the map over here?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Dire is
well,
the-
Dire offlane, I feel like offlane towers stay up a really long time. Same goes with Radiant offlane towers.
I don't know. I feel like teams with more emphasis on killing those offlane towers. The safe lane ones just don't open up the map at all. So
Yeah.
they're also like way easier to just give up because you just don't care. The offlane towers have a lot more to do with map pressure, especially on Dire. As soon as this tower dies, the entire map opens up, and all of a sudden you have like 4 paths to this Radiant mid lane. And they're just pushing 2/2s. There's cancel. But he's got to be really careful because at any point he gets bolted, they Zeus ult, and he's in trouble. He's going Ags. They really, oh man, they really wanted this Ags timing like way before. This Enigma's a top net worth on the Radiant side, and I really fear anytime OG is playing a game and it's this low kill. This is a game OG will always win in my eyes. You need to pressure them more. You cannot allow them to just execute their game plan because they're gonna do. Like, I feel like both teams have very similar ideas of what they're trying to do, but OG's lineup is better, their execution is better, and their players are better. Just most easily emphasized by the fact that there was a quad stack top and a quad stack bottom, whereas Gyro has had no Ancients to farm at all.
Come with me.
Radiant's bottom tower
Gonna get spotted. OG. A little bit of the smoke pop. Should still be able to take this tower again. The Tinker. He can deal with the creep wave. He can't deal with resolution.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yep.
Well, shit. Looks like all that's left is take Roshan, take a tier 3 shrines. Just seems like OG can kind of systematically run through this.
Yep. BKB finished on Rezo, so it's pretty much impossible to kill him now. He cannot die.
You kind of got to see the opposite of this, right? Like, if you're the Gyrocopter lineup against the Dusa, you need to be the one taking map control, invading, denying those ancient stacks. Instead, it's kind of like OG who own the enemy ancient stacks. They can just freely invade. There's not a whole lot for Radiant to be able to farm up, except for whatever Tinker gets.
Yep. They have Blink Doom, Ags next on, and Blink Rasta, Blink SK, Force Zeus. It's just all mobility. Get on top of them, get vision from your tanky cores, play around the Dusa, and just go. And they're just gonna counter initiate so hard. Look at how farmed Rezo is. This is crazy.
9k
Dusa
up.
dokes. Yep.
Katakin,
The nature of the way the
Fly,
team plays, though.
not going to keep going for it, though. Bottom lane. Having a bit of a guess here. Jerix does find Come With Me, but they've already used their stuns to cancel the TP, so Come With Me can't get off a little bit here onto Jerix. See if they can actually get that one kill. Maybe kill No Tail as well. Tinker's looking to be able to run him down. The whole team shows up to be able to claim those 2 lives, and Come With Me still managed to live.
Yep. The only issue is, unfortunately, they aren't getting anything out of the kills. And in reality, like, this is something Liquid does and Secret does. When they die and they're like quote unquote feeding, it's over here. Where's the objective for Radiant to take? It's all the way over here.
Yeah.
So by the time they're actually on top of the tower that matters, which is this tier 2, they're going to be respawned, and they might not even get the tier 1 because they've used, you know, all the spells, they got a regen, and now it's just, now they're pushing and they have 20 seconds. And it's just always a good sign. The best teams, when they die, they're in the enemy half. And if you do that, it is much harder for the enemies to take objectives after killing you.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Take the tier 1, as you said, with the death timer coming up short. Looks like the bottom tier 2 and mid tier 1 are still going to stay alive. Unless Cancel Stack can make some sort of re-entry play to the bottom lane. See if they can catch somebody defending that tower push.
Cancel
just
about a Force
creeps.
Staff, by the way.
Okie dokie.
I
That's how you
understand
know
what
you
you're
feel
saying.
pressured.
Yeah, the only concern I have is that they need to do more damage, and right now I mean, they're not out of this at all, but I'm just, OG's timing is going to be real scary when they get level 25 Dusa and Aegis, which is
OG
about to happen.
not taking the bait on that bottom lane push whatsoever. They don't send anybody there. Instead, they wait for somebody to show up and then immediately go into Roshan. So as soon as Gyrocopter shows, they drop wards in pit. Roche already at half HP.
Yep. They have a tome and base. I think you just get Deuce at 25 and you just go do some work. That's my play here. They can also probably wait for the butterfly.
Well, it's pretty clear. They know. I think they knew even before the Ice Blast scouted it, which is why Charlie went straight uphill, started banging on the tier 3, and actually almost finished off that tier 3. Oh, is that an aggressive force staff? It looks like they're going to be able to get the gyrocopter kill pretty easily here. Where the hell did that come from?
I like the play. Ah, man, I really would have liked that play if they were set up. But the problem is Zeus is just going to ult. No Tail does a good job, just ults right away. And they see, like, oh, they fucked off. All right, kill the gyro. And, yeah, he died.
That's actually so hard to play around. I never thought about the ether lens with force staff. Like, you could get offensively force staffed so much earlier than you ever usually expect. Like, normally you can usually see it coming, right? The hero has to at least run at you a little bit. That ether lens force staff range is huge.
And the cool thing about Zeus as a hero is, like, right now he's level 18. And this is about as good as it gets. Like, his net worth doesn't matter. The only items that really matter are, like, the Aether Lens, because it allows you to cast your spells, but the whole game is just you casting your spells. They never really increase in damage. You can buy a Kai, of course, but, like, this is peak Zeus. You don't need net worth. And it allows them to have this Rasta and SK also with their own items that can now impact the game. Cancel stack, they're still in this for sure. The Gyro Death hurts. Usually they try to exploit the Doom being down window, but it's really difficult when there is an Aegis on the Dusa. The thing is, if they can buy time, like if you look at the advantage, it's 1k. That's really not significant. And the Lincoln's Enigma would make his ultimate uninterruptible. And if he can get just 2 heroes, preferably the supports and Medusa, because otherwise Medusa's just going to kill him from, like, outside of the ult. If you can get 2 cores, one of whom has to be the Dusa, they will kill the other hero, and then hopefully trap Dusa in. Gyro comes in, kind of wrecks everyone, but they need one more item on, like, all of their heroes. They really need this Ags on the Tinker, because until then, I don't think they have damage to kill things in this team fight. But, like, yeah. It's very doable, though, because Medusa stops scaling at a certain point. Like, he hits 25. This is, like, their real timing. He doesn't buy other items, you know? He can get this butterfly, but after that in 25, he's only going to get worse as the game goes on.
Are you saying that, like, Medusa has now reached, like, the Animage point in the game? Like, is it now that Deuces farm so quickly that they actually peak out relatively early and some of these other later game carries can catch back up?
Yeah, it's a lot like Animage, actually. People think of Animage as like a super hard carry,
That's
but
what I just said.
Yeah. I'm just fucking with you, Cap.
I'm like, is Kyle listening to me? What's going on?
I'm just
Anyway, go on.
Yes, exactly what you're saying. The reason Dusa AM are like super scary carries is because they get to this point faster than everyone else. It's sort of like a Shadow Fiend. Like, SF, you want to be ahead of the game. If he's not ahead of the game, he's sort of behind. Although that was like the old style SF. The new SF's like, I don't even know. It's a weird hero, but
yeah,
you just get 6-slotted really fast. But let's say this game goes to 60 minutes. It doesn't, like, who cares? You know, what does Dusa do with 20,000 more gold? Like,
but Dusa, like, the old knowledge of Dusa is like she's like one of the be all end all carries. Do you think that's like just no longer the case, that she's not nearly that big of a late game carry anymore, or is she both? Is she both the fast farmer and still one of the best late game heroes out there?
Both. It depends on how you play. The thing is, there's no real hero that kind of, like, if you have PL, I think is like the perfect hero to deal with Medusa because you just outscale him eventually. None of the heroes on Cancel Stack really do that. It's more that they have 3 cores, and if they kill the Zeus, it's easier to deal with Medusa. But I really want to see a Halberd come out. I think that's like the go-to item to buy against Dusa. I've seen Puppy buy Halberd against Dusa on like Disruptor. So I'm sure that it's being undervalued in this game.
Poor Gyrocopter is still trying to work towards a butterfly, but at least Sexy Bambo's becoming a big boys. Almost has that BKB and Lincoln's combination that you said he needed.
Yep. He just has to get the Dusa before ult, or wait out the ult, because otherwise it's just going to immediately interrupt him. So that's like the one thing that can mess with him. So he has to get the Dusa +1. However, I think OG is going to do your typical star formation. So let's find this Dusa. Let's pretend the Rax is over here. You're going to have Zeus over here on the side. I can't draw on the map. Okay. You're going to have Dusa up here. Okay. Zeus is going to be here. Supports are going to be in the back. And Doom is going to blink in. And Deuce is going to run in. And then they're going to have this star formation. They're all going to play around Medusa. And no one's going to get black holed. And it's going to be a hard game for Bambo, because it's just so easy for OG to not stand on top of Medusa.
All right, Swindles, you got all the answers, but what about this one? Have you seen Cancel's quick buy?
Ooh, I like it.
So
I really think he needed an Ags at some point.
So
but I'm
getting
okay with it.
Ags, getting Nullifier?
I believe it's refreshable, and you can just nullify the Dusa, and he never gets BKB off. The problem is he can still attack you.
Yeah, and Nullifier doesn't have great range, right?
Does it disable the Scotty? Is that how it works, though?
No,
No,
it does
doesn't.
not
I'm dumb.
disable
Yeah,
passives
it just mutes
of
them.
items.
Yeah,
Only
exactly.
the activatables. So, I don't.
Tusk? He's fine.
I just don't. Maybe his plan is to get the 3. You know, you get Tinker, you build yourself an Orchid, a Nullifier, and a Halberd. What can the hero do? They're silenced, muted from using items, and disarmed.
Hey, man. I don't know.
That could just as easily be a Sight Device instead of a Nullifier.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Does the
I really
same
wish
thing,
he had...
but better.
I don't know. The problem is,
I can't
the
believe
goal.
you were like, "Ooh, I like this, Kyle."
I was testing you, dude. I don't like
You're
it.
testing
I just
me.
want to believe. I don't want to
Bullshit.
flame. I want to
You
believe.
don't want to flame your boy Cancel?
Oh God, he's actually gonna do it.
I mean,
right, here's the
hey,
thing.
maybe he's going the 100 damage
Bottom
20
lane.
talent.
Dead Enigma.
Yeah.
Got him. The Zeus ult to cancels blink before he could come in. Although I don't think it would have helped. The issue I have is they're planning on trying to kill this Dusa, and that's not the answer. You kill his team, you control the Dusa. He has Butterfly as well. He split the mask for Butterfly. What a player. And now they're real strong, but they just don't... do they need to do this? I don't know, man. I think OG is just going to look for this one big fight, and they're going to try and win the game off that. Look how aggressive Rezo can play, though. He's just behind. He's just cutting waves. They're just pressuring lanes, which is so hard to do against a Tinker. But by doing this, they're able to pressure the last tier 2 on the map, which is going to be their next objective.
I'm watching Cancel, and he's not completing his Aghanim Scepter despite being in base for 3k gold. So, I thought maybe, you know what? Maybe he's just having some trolling with this quick buy.
Nah, man.
This is some new meta shit, that's for sure.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
I mean, they're doing okay. Like, the advantage increased mostly due to these towers, and OG, as you can see, like, they just exerted themselves on the map. They know they have Aegis Dusa, so they can just play really aggressively. It's still okay. I just, man. Okay, Tinker got Axe. Thank you, baby. We have Axe Tinker now.
Cancel's just trying to mess with us. That's all that's happening. And now he's going to keep this quick buy while picking up Sight Device.
If he can get Scythe and Shivas, they will win this game. If he can get to those items. It'll be hard, but if he can get Hex and Shivas, they will win.
Right, but now we've got the Aghanim Scepter plus the level 20 Zeus, so he's got the extra mini bolt lightning stun.
Yep. They need control for the Medusa, and they need vision so that Flat can kill everyone.
Lightning Bolt mini stun is what I meant to say.
Yeah. It is really good because Tinker cannot play in the ultimate, and you can interrupt. I mean, it's just good. You just get stuck in ult, and then you die. I think they're just going to wait next stages. You're going to see a Bloodthorn come out on Rezo.
Sure.
I like that as well, because you don't need, if you silence someone, your attacks don't miss, even if you're lasered. So, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure how the mechanic works, but I think if you attack a primary target and you hit, your split shot attacks hit, but I believe they might just miss, and I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Look at this gyro. Holy shit.
Gyro almost dies to trying to deal with the Nimbus.
Yep.
From
They need a
Zeus.
pipe on someone, but who can buy this pipe? Like, no one, they're going Super Urn on Tusk. AA's got a Glimmer, but, like, they need a pipe. So bad. They're going to make a good smoke. I think I like the smoke play, but they need to be real careful. This is a great movement, though. The OG's out of position if they can land this. They need this, the vision, though. They might run into No-Tail.
They
Found
spot him.
No-Tail.
See if they can grab him here. The snowball is going to be a little bit hard to get there. No-Tail's going to preemptively drop down. Oh no, the shards pushed him away in Resolution's here with a BKB and his ultimate, so everyone had to run his way, and he still got the Stone Gaze form onto the Gyrocopter. That pretty much kills the fight. Sexy Bambo is forced to pop his BKB, but he's not going to be able to get the blink away, especially not with the Doom on him. 2 cores down, 1 support as well, and all up to Cancel's Tinker to try and hold against the OG push.
Radiant's top tower.
They just have no way of getting vision. They had to just run into a favorable team fight, and that's really hard to do. How do you can't place wards, you're playing against the Zeus, so OG just constant total map control. They're on cancel, they'll be okay though.
S4 may actually die. Nice use
Ooh,
of
good
that flat
job,
cannon.
Charles. Yeah.
Well, they didn't take a tier 3. It's about all the good things you can say about that for Cancel Stack. They've got more
Still a
time.
good hold, though.
More time.
Yep. They're not out of it. But, like, man, they have nothing to deal with this Dusa. And they don't have a pipe. Like, the damage output from OG is nuts. If they just get their spells, their BKBs off, like, I don't know how you kill anyone, is my concern. It comes down to Bambo. Bambo needs to hit a huge ultimate. It has to be on Dusa, plus probably 2.
Dusa can't have popped his ultimate. Otherwise, you're just looking at him while you're black holing. Whoa, that's a unfortunate timing there for JX. Won't matter, though. Akeem still going to go down. Sexy Bambo is pushing forward like he wants to try and catch someone here. But that's probably not for the best.
It's just so hard, man. They don't see anything. They have no real vision. Like, they just got these wards up, but eventually No-Tail's going to run around bolting them. And even so, if OG is just playing real close to their base, you don't see them still.
We'll have Ags being built by Jarek, so even longer range initiation to catch the Tinker.
Dire are
Look at OG's vision as well. It's crazy. Oh,
Caught
goodness.
Sexy Bambo. Well worth it to throw down multiple ultimates. Gyrocopter tries to drop his own ulti there, but it is not a fight that they can take. Any fight without the Enigma feels hopeless.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep. Look, they kill that ward. Look at OG's vision as well. Just both entrances or exits to the base pretty much covered. Cancel's going to get top tier 2. That's nice for his team.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He's playing really well. He's just cutting waves constantly, doing a really good job.
Oh, he's got a backdoor mid too. Nice.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh no.
Thing is, as soon as they see cancels out of mana, boom, drop wards. They force Glyph. They're going to try and just get this tier 3. No Enigma, 30 seconds.
See if they can threaten the Gyrocopter as he goes for the wards. Half of them are already dead. Bouncing laser hitting all 4, plus the missiles start raining in. OG have to retreat with that kind of damage.
God, if they had a vision hero, man, it'd be so much easier to play this Tinker, because you get so much more damage off. But the moment they run out of, like, just the vision of the base, all of a sudden, Tinker doesn't look nearly as OP. So they're just, like, this fight over here, right? They had Tusk and Gyro run in, because there's no one that can actually, like, go. So now you're forcing a hero like Gyro, who really doesn't want to be this guy. He's not strong enough, and if he runs into Dusa, he just dies. But they need somebody to make space for this Tinker, and there's no one who can really do it.
Push out 10 to 15. 13,000 gold lead right now. Cancel stack. Still barely holding in there. Haven't lost a tier 3 yet. But OG have consumed 90% of the map. Continue to build more and more gold advantage. And
Doom with the Devour Gold talent, so he's going to get stronger and stronger as the game continues. They Zeus ult. Find Tusk.
see if they're going to be able to kill the Sand King, but the rest of OG is very rapidly approaching. Jerix, nice dodge there with the Eul's Scepter, and managed to get himself out of there with a Sandstorm, but they've already got the Doom on the Enigma, and again, they need that Black Hole desperately. Now they manage to catch the Tinker as well. He very rapidly falls. No Tail, uses the ultimate, finally spots out 60 Bamboos hiding in the trees this whole entire time.
S4 is so good. He got a net creep because it can cancel Lincolns through BKB, and then he can just Doom on top. So he self-cancels the Enigma Lincolns thanks to the Zeus ult vision, and then boom, Doom Enigma, fight one.
Nice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Oh my god, look at
Lucian
Rezo.
just gunning
That's
for him.
Tinker bought back, you kill Tinker, you win. They kill Tinker, they win.
Bloodthorn comes to fruition. OG.
Radiant's
Clinical.
has fallen.
Yep.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Good study on how to be able to get Dusa ahead and then control the game from there.
Yep. And also, this is still like Medusa, the Butterfly, then the Bloodthorn, then the what's it called? The Moonshard. Were they able to somehow live until this point and plus 10 minutes? That's when he starts to fall off. But right now, it definitely feels like this Medusa is about is 20k ahead of the game, and he's hitting real hard.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Cancel's not going to hold on to the bitter end. BKB already going out for the Gyrocopter, dodge the Burrow Strike, but hard to be able to push into the Dusa, as you can see from the Tusk. Fortunately, the Glimmer Cape will save the Tusk's life. Sexy Bamboo still trying to get a black hole out there, but he's only seeing solo targets. S4 a little bit low, but nice stun there. Finally, the black hole goes out, but only catches 2. Caught Resolution as well as Fly. Fly's already dead, but Resolution only down to half HP and dishing it out double fold back into Cancel's stack. They've already GG'd out and left the game. OG take game 1 of this finals.
Radiant's top tower. Victory.
Good game. I mean, felt somewhat predictable in a lot of ways, but that's sort of what you expect. I think OG just, as we said, like they had very similar concepts coming into this game, both teams. And I think OG just had the advantage and knew how to work it. I mean, Rezo finishes 12-0-2, and that's it. I mean, what more is there to say?
Sounds good.
Yeah, you got any thoughts?
Not really. I mean, it felt like the game was just like very, very well determined as soon as we saw like ancient stacks and Dusa was able to farm those freely. And then once you get to that point, it just seemed like it just comes down to whether or not Cancel can single-handedly carry you with Tinker.
Yep. Now they were just missing. I think that either Enigma or Gyro has to be a different hero. This is where, like, imagine that draft, but they have a Lycan. You know what I mean? It looks so much better, but they don't have that hero because OG isn't going to give it to them. And I don't know what they replace it with, but it is so hard to play heroes like Tinker and Gyro when no one can give you vision in a fight. Because if you have vision, like, you know, if you have a Night Stalker or something,
Yeah,
some
one of those
way
bounty
of
hunter games.
Yeah. just some way of getting vision so that the flak hits everyone, so that the Tinker rockets and laser spam hits everyone, and it gives you the ability to take a fight. But at the end of the game, like they're 7k down, 8k down, but their only play is to smoke and pray. And that's just really low percentage, especially against a team like OG, who will give you the free kill and run away, or in the event, the events that occurred. No Tail kites real quick, says help, help, help. Boom, Rezo's there, BKB ult. Those heroes are dead. They can no longer lose a fight. Doom is just waiting to find Enigma. As for good player, he's getting the right creep. He's able to Doom Enigma no matter what happens in the game. And that's all she wrote.